Chauncey, I just wanted to hear your thoughts on reading your defender, even though I know it's probably it's at the instinct level now.
Yeah.
But you got any thoughts about reading your defender?
Well, I think there's a couple. I think, you know, one, you got to know what kind of defender is he. Does he defend with his length? Does he defend with his quickness or his strength? You know, or all of them, which is the toughest defender. But I think if you got a guy who defends with his length most of the times, for me, you know, the best thing is to get into his body, you know, to make sure I make contact with him and keep him, you know, from getting to me, you know.
Gotcha.
As opposed to like a little quick guy, you know, a little quick guy, I definitely, you know, want to try to get into his body. And most times, you know, because, you know, I'm not super quick, you know, but I got some quickness, but, you know, that's important for me to get into his body too and be able to use my strength to my advantage. And a guy that's just as strong as me, you know, is you got to be a little quicker. You know, you got to be a little quicker,
right.
A little more, you know, cerebral. You know,
right.
And knowing the game a little more. Just little tricks and, you know, little things that make some guys successful.
I would be scared to let you face me up. You know, if you're on the dribble,
right.
and I do this and I allow you to face me on the dribble, then I really think I'm at your mercy. So
right.
I think I'd have a tendency to try to force you to stay in some kind of power dribble stance like this. Yeah, like this. You know?
Right.
Now from here, what do you do?
Now from here,
yeah, how do you?
If I get him here, you know, and I'm in scoring area,
right.
And I take 2 steps and he's still on me, if I can get my shoulder on him, if I can get, you know what I mean, where I can get my shoulder.
This is where you're talking about getting your body.
This is where I can get my body in him, where I can take my dribble, boom, you know what I mean, and he got to give a little way,
right?
Boom, now I can get me a little space now. Now when he comes back up, now I'm gone.
Yeah, now you're facing.
Yeah, again, I can face him up.
That's scary.
Now I can get by him and get in front of him. Now he's right here now.
Gotcha.
There's nothing that he can do.
You've made that move. You've created some space, and now you're going around and you're out of your shooting range. You're in this mid range. You're not at the goal.
Right.
You're not at the 3. In here, I'm telling you, there's a lot of. I hear it from coaches everywhere that we're weak in the mid range. A lot of players in the mid range.
Yeah, we are. I agree. I think you know, my age players, you know, which, you know, I think we've gotten in the players are just so athletic now that when they're younger, now we work on shooting a long shot or getting by and trying to dunk on somebody.
Yeah, one of the two.
You know, so it's really been it's like a gift and a curse. You know, we're more athletic now, but you know, I don't think, you know, fundamentally, I think we struggle a little bit as far as making these shots. You know, 15, 16 footers. You know, finishing right and left hand. You know, stuff like that because we've been so gifted that we can just get by. You know, or a lot of us can get by and just dunk on somebody or, you know, finish above the rim. So I think our medium range game has struggled because of that.
What's telling you to pull up and take that?
Those big men, that second line of defense.
Good. I just wanted
the
players to hear that.
Yeah, that second line of defense is.
Because you said earlier that, you know, when you're younger and you're athletic enough that. And whatever level it is, maybe it's middle school, high school, you either shoot the 3 or you make it all the way to the rim. Well, then to the next level, though, those guys are more athletic too.
Exactly.
And you make it down there and it gets sent to the cheap seats, you know?
Yeah.
And it might take them, this is what I'm hearing from college coaches, that they've said, you know, it takes us 2 years to try and take a freshman and develop a mid-range game. He spends his freshman year eating everything that he's been finishing with.
I mean, if you look at it, say a guy starts playing ball at 8. He goes to college at 17. Okay? That's all those years from 8 to 17, he's working on either shooting a 3 or getting to the basket and throwing a finger roll or dunking when he gets old enough.
Right.
So, you know, that's 7, 8 years where he's known one thing, either shoot a long 3 or get to the basket. Now you go to college and, you know, it's going to take you, it's going to take you a long time to be able to know, for one, to read when to shoot this shot, and 2, be able to knock it down with people all around, you know what I mean? So that shot takes time to get that shot, you know, to really perfect that shot.
Are you comfortable taking that shot with someone that you've only beat halfway, still on your side, or do you have to beat him clean to take that?
Well, it depends. Like if I'm going to my left,
yeah,
you know, and I get in here and I get in my area, he's still on my side.
This way, right? Yeah.
Then if I just go straight up, I'm not really that comfortable.
Okay.
Because he's right there, he's on my strong hand.
Right.
It's an easy block for him. Mm-hmm. So if I'm going left and I get him on my side, I'm gonna take an extra dribble and try to, you know, try to get a little space.
Gotcha.
You know, little dribble into him, a little space. Now I'm fine. Now I'm fine. Now if I'm going right and I had that same problem.
Okay.
Now I got him over here. He got to reach all the way across my body to affect my shot.
Gotcha.
So he can be right here, and I'll be perfectly fine.
He's got to come all the way over here.
He got to come all the way over here.
So you don't care so much about hopping over here to create space.
Right.
If the defender's on that side.
If he's on that side, he got to come a long ways, you know, to get my shot.
Gotcha.
On this side, it's easy. I'm putting it right where he's at. So
right here in the space.
You got to be a little craftier, you know.
Gotcha.
On that side.
Excellent, excellent. Have you got any thoughts, maybe just principles that that you could share with players once you're going to try to finish with that second line of defense down there?
Yeah, it's tough read.